everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house. Hey everybody, Jessica here, and today we're going to do kitchen and restrooms. So those of you that listen all the time know what to do. Let's get into a cleaning mode. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to walk you through cleaning your house, help you stay on track, and just give you a little extra push, motivation, and let's get right into it. I want you guys to either get ready for the day, open some windows, light a candle, all of the above, whatever is going to get you in a cleaning mode, a productive mode. I find whenever I start later in the day, I am less productive. So when I have the opportunity, I try to get it over with instead of procrastinating. I try to get my cleaning done as soon as I have the opportunity, which for me, it's after I drop my youngest off at school. I have about 2 hours or so to clean, a couple hours to myself. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that now, get ready for the day, and then start on that kitchen. But before we get the kitchen done, I want you guys to just do a quick load of laundry. I always start with a load of laundry just because in my house I have to stay doing my laundry all the time or I get super behind. So let's just do a laundry switch, move the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from a dryer to the laundry basket. And then we're going to fold that at the end of the episode. And while you guys are doing the laundry, I'll just share a little bit about my day to day. So yesterday I did not clean at all. I had a field trip with my 6-year-old, sorry, and my 4-year-old. I guess I was thinking 5 years old because it was with a bunch of 5-year-olds. It was with her kindergarten class. And we went to a museum in Dallas. And so it was a very, very busy day. So when I got home, we were just all exhausted. They were fussy. They just wanted to cuddle with me. And just we were done. And that's okay. It's okay to have one of those days every now and again, but I try not to have too many of those days where I am playing catch up. I try not to make that a precedent, but every once in a while we're going to have really busy days. Tomorrow, for example, is their field day or whatever, so I'm going to be at the school all day, and no, after being in the hot sun with a bunch of 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, am I going to want to clean my entire house, which is why I'm going to get that done today. I'm going to work extra hard today, get it done, and I'm going to plan ahead and think about the fact that, okay, I'm not going to do a lot of cleaning tomorrow. So one, I want to plan meals and stuff that's going to be conducive to a clean house. I'm not going to want, this big messy dinner tomorrow when I get home, and then I'm not going to have the energy to clean it. I know I'm not going to have the energy to clean it, so I'm not going to make the messes. And there is nothing wrong at all with planning ahead like that. We don't always have energy. And if okay, so yesterday after this field trip, I did not plan ahead. I was exhausted. Maybe you have a big day at work or something, and when I get home tomorrow, there is no way I'm going to want to clean the house. So that's why we need to seize the opportunities that we have whenever we are not very busy. And when you're done doing the laundry switch, let's go ahead and start emptying your drying rack or your dishwasher and putting those away. If you need to dry your dishes with a towel, you could do that. And then we're going to start pre-rinsing. If you don't have to empty anything and it's already emptied, then you can go ahead and start your pre-rinse, getting all the food off all your dishes if they're not already pre-rinsed. And while you guys are doing your kitchen cleaning prep and emptying your dishwasher and or pre-rinsing, I'm just going to continue to talk about cleaning, planning, and stuff. So, yeah, I learned yesterday that I came home, I kind of made a mess in the morning. The house wasn't really clean when I left for the field trip, and because I had to leave early in the morning, and I did not clean very well the night before. So my house was a disaster today. And again, it was okay. I needed a rest, whatever. But it was something that I was stressing about all night last night It just doesn't feel good to go to sleep in a dirty house. Even if nobody's nagging you, even if nobody seems to notice, you notice, and it does just make your day-to-day stressful. You can't find the clothes you're looking for. You can't seem to get out of the house. You go to go cook something and you've got dirty dishes or something. It just makes everything just a little bit harder than it needs to be when your house is dirty. And, maybe you don't have somebody at home that's complaining when the house is dirty. Maybe it's just you, or maybe you live with someone that's not really something that's important to them. So it's up to you to self-motivate. And again, I say this all the time, but think about how it makes you feel when you don't keep up with things. Does it add to the stress of your house? Of course it does. Does it add to your day-to-day stress? Of course it does. Even if it's just a little bit. We don't want to add a little bit more stress to our lives. We have enough of that going on. We have enough stuff to worry about throughout the day. We don't want to also worry about the fact that our house is dirty and what that all entails and the stress that causes. So the solution would be, for example, right now I'm at home. I don't have to pick up my daughter for a couple more hours. This is my time to clean. Yes, I do want to give myself time to rest and have me time, but not when my house is dirty, because then I can't fully enjoy it. I've noticed that if I, for example, used my free time 100% just to chill and relax, and then I picked her up and then she wanted to, do things that are messy and play with me, and then the house just gets even more messy, it's just going to stress me out. Everybody's going to be kind of agitated. I'm going to be short with her and irritated because I'm not going to really want to play with her because I know I'm going to have to clean. And even if I'm not cleaning, I'm going to kind of take it out on her. Even if, because I have that agitation. I'm looking at the house. I'm stressed because I know I need to get it done. So I think ahead and I'm choosing to do it now. That way, when I pick her up, I can fully enjoy her, or I can fully enjoy my alone time later in the day, or I can fully enjoy my evening with my kids instead of worrying about things in the back of my head. And just be working on that pre-rinse, and if you have dirty dishes or leftover containers in the refrigerator, do not forget those when we're cleaning the dishes, because I like to get all my dishes done at once. Also, if you need to collect dishes from the other rooms, maybe you have teenagers, or maybe people are just eating in the other room. Maybe you are. Maybe you had a midnight snack or something and there's bowls in the other room. Let's just go room to room, collect all the dishes, get all the dishes from the refrigerator, and let's just knock them all out at one time. If you have other people in the house, this is maybe a good chore for them to do, round up the dishes. And I've talked a lot before about maybe the dishes isn't necessarily my favorite. It's the chore that I have to really push myself to do. And I don't know why, because every time I start doing them, it really does not take a long time and it's really not that difficult. But I work myself up so bad when it comes to doing the dishes. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do them. And I don't know why I do that, but I do. And it's just getting started on the dishes that's the really hard part for me. For some reason, I'll just look at a sink full of dishes and just dread it. And then as soon as I start, I knock it out in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on how bad it is. And maybe longer, if I have a disaster or something. But it really doesn't take that long, especially since I've been working very, very hard on rinsing things off. And kids oftentimes, not always, but they do what they lead, or you lead by example. So they see you rinsing off dishes afterwards, they're going to do it, especially small children. They want to, make you happy still before they turn into teenagers. But even my teenagers are my bonus children. So if they see me rinsing off a dish, they're going to do it too, because, they want to do what we're doing in our household, what they do with their mom. So, oh, Jessica rinses off her dishes, I'm going to do that too, kind of a thing. So definitely what you do does have an impact on the rest of the family, even if you think it doesn't. And if they're not doing it when you're doing it, just a gentle reminder, hey, don't forget to rinse off those dishes. And you might have to say it a lot at first, and then it will become habit eventually. And it doesn't seem like much, but it's 100% a game changer when you're pre-rinsing your dishes right when you're eating them, because you don't have to scrub and get all that food off. But it's okay if we forget sometimes. But as you know, it just makes doing the dishes that much more easy. If you are done with your pre-rinse and you're ready to go ahead and either load the dishwasher or just start hand washing and putting them on the drying rack. I kind of use my dishwasher as a drying rack. It's not the best dishwasher, so I just kind of wash them and put them in there. And I wash them pretty much all the way, and then I kind of sanitize them by running it, because it just kind of barely rinses them off. It's not a very good dishwasher. So yeah, I just be sanitizing, I guess, your dishes after you did your pre-rinse. Get all the small things first, your plates, your bowls, your utensils, your cups, everything that's just not greasy, and then work to the bigger stuff. I like to do cups first and then move forward from that, and then do pots and pans last. If things need to be soaking while you're doing the other dishes, you can do that. Fill it with hot soapy water. That way, when you're done with all the little small stuff, you could just very easily clean out those hard to clean pots and pans that have been soaking. And I used to say this a lot more, but just as a little reminder, if you're not doing this, or maybe you forgot and you haven't done it in a while, I like to clean out my refrigerator very thoroughly, wipe everything down, take everything out right before a grocery trip. So if you are not doing that, do not forget. That is a great way to keep up regularly with your refrigerator if you have trouble with that. It's something that I did in the past, but now that my husband kind of told me, let's start, you're about to get groceries, let's clean out the refrigerator. And yeah, it's kind of common sense, but I don't know. It just really helps me keep up with it now, because I would forget, and I would get home with all these groceries, and then I'd go, put them in the refrigerator, and then the refrigerator's a mess, and I'm like, darn it, But if I'm thinking, okay, grocery, clean the refrigerator, it's just second nature now. I've been doing it for so long. I cannot get groceries without cleaning out the refrigerator, because it's just ingrained in me now. So just throwing that out there as a reminder. If you are still working on your dishes, no worries. Just keep working on that. Make sure you get your dishes done. If you are done, then let's go ahead and move on to other things in the kitchen, which I would like you guys to throw away all the trash. I like to throw away trash first, and then I go behind and just put everything away where it goes. Any kind of miscellaneous stuff that's accumulated on the counter, bills, just random stuff. Maybe there's blenders, toasters, kind of things that can go inside of cabinets instead of sitting on your countertops. Just clear up as much space as possible, but put stuff away where it goes. Don't just leave stuff out. We're going to make as much surface area as possible so we can go, as I like to say, wipe down crazy and just thoroughly wipe everything down in the kitchen. I have a little countertop area that tends to accumulate a lot of junk, even though I have little knickknacks and decorations there to kind of deter people from putting stuff there. It still happens. It's very convenient. It's a easy spot. It's right by the front door, so a lot of things get thrown there when we get home. I'm guilty of it as well. I put stuff there all the time, and so that's one of the places while I'm cleaning my kitchen, I just kind of clear off, put everything away where it goes, organize it, and just fix my little knickknacks. And once you are all the way done putting everything away and getting the prep work done for our wipe down, we're going to thoroughly wipe down going from top to bottom, so high to low. We're going to start with, if you have a microwave up high, let's do that. Clean the inside of your microwave. If it needs to soak for a minute, spray something in there, let it sit, and come back and wipe it down. But a lot of times, if you have one that's built like that with a countertop down below, it wipes crumbs onto the countertop. So I like to do that first, then move on to the top the top cabinets and stuff, if you need to wipe those down, everyone, we're touching it with our fingers all the time, as sometimes when we're cooking, and they get grubby and they get little fingerprints on them, especially mine are white. So I wipe those down, just quickly wiping the surface of all my cabinetry. Then I move down to the countertops, wipe down, make sure you get into the crack on the stove, in the burners, wiping down thoroughly. And again, with the burners, if you need to let some cleaner sit on there, if there's some baked on stuff, a lot of times burners will get stuff baked on there. I've seen people, I don't have the electric, well, I do have an electric stove, but I have the one with the little cage burners on it, not the glass stove top. So a lot of people, sometimes they'll put foil underneath. I just don't really like the way that looks, so I just wipe down after I cook every time. But every once in a while, things will get baked on, and I'll have to throw some cleaner on there, let it sit while I'm doing my other wiping down throughout the rest of the countertops, and then I come back to that at the end once it's sat for a little bit and the cleaner's done its job. Because when we're spraying cleaners on stuff, we want it to do its job. We want it to sit for a second and just really penetrate that mess and the grease and stuff like that. And I don't like to forget the faucet, the sink. Make sure you're wiping that down after we've done the dishes. Behind the faucet sometimes gets little food particles and stuff, so I like to wipe that down. And then I like to get the light switches and also the bottom cabinets. And again, we're just quickly wiping down all the surfaces of the kitchen. And once you're done wiping down, if you're still doing it, no worries. You can pause, rewind, or just clean along with me. But if there's crumbs on the floor, which there probably is, that we've brushed off the countertops, we can do a little spot sweep before moving on to the restrooms. That way we're just not tracking that dirt throughout the house. And then before we leave the kitchen, just give it a good once over, look around. Is there anything you missed? Is there anything that is out of place? Look from the eyes of another person visiting your home that doesn't see it every day, and just think, okay, is there anything that just doesn't look right in here? If there is, then remedy it. If not, then let's go ahead and move on to the bathroom. So for the restroom, first thing I always like to do, you guys that listen know, I like to take everything out that is in the way. So say you have a scale, a stool, I've got little kids, so I've got a stool in there, rugs, what have you, anything like that that's on the floor, I just move it to the hallway. And then we're going to be spraying chemicals and stuff on the countertops. So toothbrushes, anything like that does have a permanent home on the countertop, I just move to the hallway. And anything that's on your countertop that does not have a permanent home on that countertop and needs to be put away, I just go ahead and put it away. So let's get all of the straighteners, makeup, anything that's on our countertop, put it away where it goes, not stuffing anything. And then once everything is put up, I also, look inside of the bathtub while I'm putting stuff away. Is there a bunch of toys? I like to keep a laundry net in the restroom with the kids' toys in it if you have small children. That way I hang it up and it dries, but the toys aren't just everywhere. And it kind of consolidates the toys, but also it's netted, so it lets it dry. And then on the floor, if there's clothes or anything that's not supposed to be on the floor, just pick it up very quickly. I like to keep laundry baskets near to all of my restrooms. Even if my restroom is small, I have one nearby. That way, kids and whoever, myself even, don't have to walk very far when, you're taking a shower or whatever. You could just throw it in the laundry basket. And then once all the clothes are in the laundry basket, I just go ahead and dump out all of the clothes from the laundry basket into the main laundry basket in the dirty laundry in the laundry room. And that way I can go ahead and wash that next wash and it's consolidated. So once everything's picked up, you've got the bathtub picked up, the countertops picked up, the floor picked up, we are going to do like we do anywhere else. We're going to go wipe down crazy. If you need to spray some cleaner, I definitely do use a lot more product in the restroom than in my other rooms. So first I'll spray my Windex on the mirrors and I'll get some paper towels and I'll wipe that down. When I'm wiping down my restroom and cleaning my restroom, I definitely do like to wear gloves. It's just a personal preference. I get down into the cracks and crevices and do a lot more thorough of a clean with gloves. It's just kind of, just in my head, it makes me not scared to touch things. So it's just a preference. You don't have to. And if I'm doing a deep clean of the restroom, which is involving bleaching, after I clean my mirrors, I do like to spray all of my bleach-based cleaner. Obviously, do not mix it with the ammonia, but I will turn on a fan, open a window if you have a window. If not, at least open the door, turn the fan on. And then I like to use Ajax on the tub. Or something like that, a powdered bleach. I will spray, the whole tub and shower area with water, get it nice and damp. My friend does it differently. She was helping me clean the other day. She likes to sprinkle it on and just kind of go at it with a wet sponge. I personally like to dampen the whole tub and shower area first and then sprinkle it on. That's just my preference, but everyone does it differently. Everyone's raised differently and just kind of cleans a different way. I just, that's how I was taught, so that's how I do it. And we're doing the bleach on first because it just gives it, again, a second for the cleaner to do its job and work and really brighten up the tub. After I'm done sprinkling the bleach onto the tub, and you can use any cleaner you prefer. Maybe you have a shower and tub that are separate, so you might want to use Ajax on the tub and maybe another spray cleaning product that's good for hard water and whatnot on the shower. I have an old school shower tub combo. My mom has the separate shower. And she does get, water marks and hard water on the shower. So she uses a specific cleaner for that. Whatever works best for you. But once I'm done putting that on, I will move to the toilet. And I just like to put the bleach in the bowl. I'll use the, squirtable Clorox, not the brand specifically, but, the little squirtable toilet bowl bleach that has a little nozzle on it. I'll squirt that in the bowl and just let that kind of sit and do its job before I even wipe down the rest of it. Again, you don't have to do it the exact way I do it. That's just what I do. And then I will move to the sink. So I just put the bleach on. I just put the cleaners on, let them sit. I'll spray my bathroom cleaner on the sink once everything's out of the way and everything. And then I'll do a very thorough wipe down, making sure I get around the faucet and all the areas that are hard to clean. If you have a problem with hard water, once you're done wiping down, if there's still some hard water buildup on your faucets, you can fill it with vinegar, a little plastic bag with vinegar, Ziploc bag, and then secure it with a hair tie and just let it sit for a few hours on that faucet. And that usually is a good natural remedy for it. You scrub it afterwards. But I just, thoroughly wipe down my countertops. I make sure to get any splatters on the wall. My kids with toothpaste, sometimes they'll get little things on the wall or the cabinets. I'll wipe down my cabinets. Again, my cabinets are white in my restrooms as well, so they accumulate dust, so they need to be wiped down thoroughly. Toilet paper holders, those get touched a lot. They're dirty. I like to use disinfecting wipes on those. Light switches. I just wipe down anything and everything, and then I move on to the toilet. I get the top of the toilet, all the places that you touch first. Again, I like using the disposable Clorox wipes for this, personally. If you prefer a rag and cleaner, you could do that as well. I just like using disposable things on the toilet, personally. And then I just do a very thorough wipe down job. If that little area on the back of your toilet seat where the hinges are for your toilet seat cover, if it's hard to clean around those, most toilets you can pop that off and just do a really thorough cleaning job. even though I don't do that every time, I do try to do it at least once a month at the very least. That way I get a really thorough clean at least once a month. If it doesn't look like it needs it, I'll just, try to clean as best as I can with it. And sorry, I'm saying, like 1,000 million times, and that's probably really bothering you guys, especially because I just said 1,000 million. So while I'm doing the toilet, I do not forget to get every inch of that toilet, not forgetting to get the floor around the toilet, the grout around the seam of the toilet where it hits the ground. The grout, a lot of times I like to scrub that. That's why I have the gloves on. I'm getting behind the toilet, the floor, the little area, the little dips on the side of the toilet, getting that dust down there. The floor behind the toilet, a lot of times I will wipe down with my disinfecting wipes while I'm already down there, getting all of the dirty parts of the toilet. Might as well clean behind it too, because a lot of times it's hard to get with a mop. And once I'm done wiping down, I will get my toilet cleaning brush, and the bleach has sat there for a good minute, and I will scrub the inside of the toilet, thoroughly cleaning that. If something is not coming off, again, maybe you have a problem with hard water like my mom does in New Mexico. She has a pumice stone. I do too. That's really good to get those really hard to get stains off. You can get a pumice stone with a stick on it that is good for cleaning toilets. Sometimes a toilet brush is just, does the trick, and that's enough to clean it. I really apologize. I'm saying a lot, and now that I pointed it out, you guys are probably going to notice it even more. But anywho, cleaning the inside of the toilet shouldn't be that hard. If it is, then maybe you should leave the bleach on for a little bit longer, let it sit, and then do the tub, come back to the toilet. And then once I'm done, I like to give it a flush and move on to the bathtub. Now, the bathtub, I keep my cleaners on hand underneath the sink, and for my kitchen, I have a soap dispensing sponge with the removable sponge heads. I have one designated specifically for the restrooms in my restroom, and I like using that for the bathtub. But I also like using a scrub brush with a longer handle, especially if you are older, have back problems, pregnant. There's tons of reasons why you would, or just don't want to work extra hard. Getting a scrub brush for your bathtub with a longer handle sometimes is the move, because you don't want to break your back cleaning this tub. And, they have special, I really want the brush that it spins. It's all over TikTok and social media. It's like this big long brush that spins in a circle, and it's for cleaning your tub and stuff. That seems so awesome. I want it so bad. But for now, I just have a long-handled brush, and I just scrub all of the areas first with the scrub brush and or the sponge. And we're not mixing chemicals, so a lot of times I'll just use the scrub brush because I don't want to use the other cleaner. It is bleach-based, but I just don't like mixing cleaners, and I already have the bleach on there. So once I give the whole bathtub shower combo a very good scrubbing with the scrub brush, I will go back behind it with a wet rag and just really get all of that bleach off. I'll have a little bucket or if you don't have a removable shower head for rinsing off your tub, maybe get a cup bucket, like I said, and use that. Sorry guys, I'm recording my podcast and then a water bottle just fell off the table and scared the daylight out of me. I don't know if that's even a saying, is it? I don't know. Anyway, it scared me, and y'all heard that. That was real. That happened. And I don't know how it happened. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes and it didn't fall, so why did it fall just now? Okay, I'm scaring myself. Anyway, I like to go do a once over with a rag. I'm really scared. I'm here by myself. I usually have my kids with me, which they can't do anything if somebody was in the house or anything scary was in the house. So I don't know why it makes, I guess because if my kids are here, then I will get a rush of adrenaline and then I have to protect them. So I'm not as scared because I'm like, oh, I got to protect my kids. But when I'm by myself, I'm just terrified of everything. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, just wipe everything off using, throwing water on it and also going over it with a rag if it's not coming off and just giving it a once over, making it nice and sparkly clean. If you have a really, really stained tub and the Ajax just isn't cutting it, usually the Ajax does the trick for me, but I have been known that if I have an old house and maybe the tub just has these stains in it that just will not come out, I will use toilet bowl cleaning bleach. And for some reason, it just really, 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 because it sticks to everything and it's so thick, it's more expensive than Ajax for sure. So, it's kind of a last resort if that doesn't cut it, but it definitely will get your tub white. You just need a whole lot of it. You let it sit for a good minute and that will definitely do it if the Ajax isn't cutting it. And then you do the same thing once it's sat for a while, use the scrub brush and then go back behind it with a rag and spray the water on it to clean it up. Once we're done with the toilet and the shower and all the hard stuff and wiping down and everything's nice and sparkly and smells like bleach, we're going to do a thorough sweep in our bathroom. Let's sweep up everything behind the toilet, the bathroom, floor, making sure to get behind the door and everything like that. And then we're going to go in with a mop and just, if you would rather use like a Swiffer or something, that's fine, as long as we're using an actual mop every once in a while or a wet rag on our hands and knees. Some of us that have really small bathroom floors, I like to just clean with a rag sometimes on the floor on my hands and knees with my gloves and just wipe up the floor because I want to make sure I'm getting that grout that is on the seam from the bathtub to the floor and from the toilet to the floor and stuff like that, and getting that extra clean. Or I'll use just a Swiffer pad on my hands and knees and just on my hand and clean the floor like that. But if you have a bigger restroom, you might want to use an actual mop. And sometimes Swiffers just don't clean as well as an actual mop. And then as far as our rugs and decorative towels and stuff like that we had in there, if they need to be washed, go ahead and put that in your next load of laundry. If they were already clean and you just took them out into the hallway, once the floor is dry, after you've mopped, just put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Like I always say, put the rugs back, the stools back, the toothbrushes back, anything that is supposed to go in your restroom that's not just clutter, knickknacks, anything like that. Let's go ahead and just put everything back together how it was, and you have a nice, clean, sparkly bathroom. If you still need to sweep and mop your kitchen, go ahead and do that at this time once you're done with the restroom. And then also don't forget to do a laundry switch. We did do that load of laundry, so don't forget to move the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to the laundry basket, and then kick up your feet and just fold those clothes and start another load if you have the time to do so. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got a restroom done today. If you have 2 restrooms, 3, 4 in your house, just, re-listen to the bathroom part and do multiple bathrooms and just, it's the same thing each one. Same basic cleaning method. Just go through each of your bathrooms and get them done today. Or maybe just do one deep clean, maybe do a straighten in your other 2, do one deep clean, and then do the next day, do a straighten in each of your bathrooms, and then tomorrow deep clean a separate restroom until all of them are clean. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got a lot done today, and as always, happy cleaning, guys.